Chungus. Rayham, I'm posting to Twitter, so I guess go fuck yourself? All right, friends, here I am. Welcome to my studio, which is a shed in the woods in rural New Brunswick, where I make beeps and boops and where I listen to your beeps and boops. And I am excited to listen to your beeps and boops today. I've been waiting literally 5 minutes, maybe 6. I know, Raham, I'm sorry. It's been so long since I started the stream, and yet I am only now appearing on the screen. And that rhymes, so it's true. And cool. I guess I'm just talking, and I'm going to turn my voice up a little bit because why not? Let's have a listen to what you guys have done, and let's all say a massively religious prayer for my internet. I hope that we don't have frame drops like we did last time. That was unfortunate and really disappointing, Rogers. All right. Let's take a look. Let's take a listen. Let's look with our ears at the stuff that you guys sent in. First up, we got the man, the myth, the legend. I actually don't know who this is, so sorry if you're not a man. Base Beast, Space Ranger. I'm going to say the name. Your name already is really setting you up for high expectations. If you say Base Beast, this better have some bass to it, or I'm going to be very disappointed. And it must also be beastly.
T-minus.
All right, right off the bat, we're good. I mean, it's got the bass. It's delivering.
T-minus 50 seconds and counting. T-minus 45 seconds and counting. T-minus 35 seconds. Count continuing to go towards the static firing. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds count. T-minus 27 seconds. The solid rocket booster hydraulic units are activated. The countdown now being conducted by the onboard computers with the ground computer acting as backup. T-minus 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We have a go for main engine start.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, I deleted your song by accident. Let me just undo that. Fuck. That was really bad timing. Okay, where were we?
T-minus 20 seconds count. T-minus 27 seconds. The solid rocket booster height. We have main engine start.
Okay, this goes pretty hard. I like this. The snare is not cutting through enough. Hold on. Like the snare, sidechain to the snare in this shit. You need that snare to punch through. Let me just throw like a snare and sidechain your track to it, and you're going to immediately hear whatever. It's not gonna be the right snare, but sure, why not? Let's just try this. Let's see what it sounds like. Right here, and then we'll do a little sidechain maneuver. And we come in, and sure. All right, let's listen to this.
Engine start.
Oh, it's so much better already. Oh my God, sidechain that fucking snare, please. Let's do 2 snare hits so you get the full picture here. There we go. And that's close enough. It's so much better already though, dude. Like, holy shit. Sure. Here we go.
Main engine start.
You know what I mean? I feel like you get it. I don't need to demonstrate it anymore. But anyway, okay, let's move on. Snare needs to cut through. Cool. This little junk sound is quite quiet. I see Raham disagrees with the sidechain snare. I don't know. I don't think you're allowed to, Raham. Sorry.
gimbal them sequentially with 1, 2, and 3. And we have had shutdown. We have had shutdown of all 3 engines. A full 20 seconds burn, a full 20-second burn as expected. From our vantage point here in the Launch Control Center, it looked like we had a successful burn of all 3 engines.
Okay, this section is pretty cool, but I do feel like it's kind of outliving its welcome, outstaying its welcome. I feel like outliving its welcome is maybe a bit aggressive. I think more effects or something to kind of move the track along so it doesn't feel like we're kind of just in purgatory with, like, you know, the beat came in and whatnot, but it just doesn't feel like it's moving quite fast enough. Like the pacing's a little too slow.
An automatic goal for a solid rocket booster start, but of course we only had inert igniters in those engines for this morning's run. This is not quite the end.
Sorry, I'm trying to put the snare where it needs to go. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, overall, I really dig the vibe of this track. It's kind of dark and evil and dungy. I don't know if dungy is a word, but I do think that obviously the snare being way punchier and kicking the track out from under it, like with that side chaining, is going to help a lot. I also feel like it's not quite, excuse me, developed enough. It's a cool vibe, but there's no real hook or there's no real melody. Like, I think you need to sneak some cool little bits and pieces, or if the breakdowns have more of a melody or more of a hook, then the drops don't necessarily need it. But right now it's a very cool atmospheric beat. And I think in order to get it to the next level where it's like a song, you gotta figure out some melody or something, or I don't know what I'm talking about, and I will go fuck myself. But it's a very cool track. I think it has a lot of potential, a lot of attention. You just need to sidechain that fucking bass and make a melody. Cool. Moving on. We went from trap step, I don't know, to Cat Attack, which is, I'm assuming, going to be super cinematic.
I would love to hear like a concept album like Cat Attack. I think that was
That was me saying I would love to hear a concept album from Cat Attack. Very funny.
Begin transmission.
Now, Los Angeles is still quiet. Please, title, boarding UFO. Now, all the others.
Wow, that was really good. I love that. Holy fuck, that was... Let me just get another little taste. Yeah, this is amazing. This is really, really good. I think you I like the idea of what's happening in these breakdown sections, but I do agree with Raham where the it kind of loses my interest. Like I feel like it needs to have a melody or something there, cuz right here the amount of insane sound design and like beat and shit that's happening, it's enough. Like I don't need any more. But when it gets to this part, it's cool, and I know that Eswin. I knew Eswin would like it because Eswin does similar things, and it's cool, but it needs something else. It sounds like you've created the stage for something, but you haven't put something on that stage for this section only, and then go back to this fucking drop, but like dial it up even more somehow, make it even more wacky. I love how crazy and choppy and strange it is. And you could master it a bit harder. You saw me kind of fucking around with them. Like it could go a little bit harder, which it's weird. I don't usually say that. But yeah, you should take this very seriously. It's a very good track, and I think you should finish it and put a lot of effort into it and fucking crank it out and finish it. Finish it is probably my biggest feedback for this one. Cool. All right, thanks for sending, man. That was very I like. All right, we got Conqueror, City of Old. All right, this is really cool. Let me develop a thought. So, hold on. I don't know what tempo this. Find a kick drum here. Okay, I'm gonna say this is the downbeat. Let's do this. One. 140? 150. It's probably 150. 140. Thank you, Eat Waiter, for following me on Twitch. Apparently, I forgot to close my email. Okay, it's 140, I think. I don't know, it's close. But here's my thought. Now that I can cut it and you know, meaningfully so you have all of these sections. What I think this needs is it needs to build up. And you need to build up and have a drop section, or like give us the thing that we're waiting for. I feel like you haven't given us the thing that we've been waiting for. You're kind of blue ballsing us a little bit with this. Like, it sounds like it's like leading up to like a stripped down, like trappy style beat, you know, kind of maybe like the Noisia or oh, I don't know, Industry. You know, like it sounds like it's building up to that, you know, something like that. And then basically the rest of the track is the rest of the track sounds like the rest of the song, but I feel like we're missing like that kind of drop. And I'm not suggesting, I know it's kind of down tempo, but I'm not suggesting go super like dubstep, like hard sound design. But it just, to me, it just sounds like it never quite gets to like that. We have arrived at the thing that we are heading towards. It just kind of continuously feels like we're going somewhere, but we haven't gotten there. So everything else, it also could have a vocal or a melody. It's very atmospheric and it sounds great. There's lots of very cool sound design and it's everything that's there is great. It just doesn't feel like it has developed into like an arrangement that would capture my that would make me want to go back and listen again. Like the sound of it sounds wonderful, but it feels like an incomplete story to me. It feels like it's missing that like destination, right? So yeah, it would probably look like something like this. We'd have kind of the destination, you know, right here, the drop, whatever you want to call it. And then it would go back to these super melodic sections. And if you had like a really ethereal kind of vocal thing, like female vocal that's really drenched in reverb and stuff like that, that could be cool too, or a melody or something. But this is really good. I don't have any real issues with the way it sounds. I just think that it's missing like the destination. But it sounds really cool. And thanks for sending. That was an interesting. Oh wait, did I listen to the end part? Let's see. Yeah, it feels like a soundscape rather than a story, for sure. And maybe that is something, maybe that serves a purpose, and maybe that's what Conqueror wanted when he conquered this beat. I just personally, I feel like it was continually leading towards something it never quite got to. But yeah, cool. All right, let's listen to Adexi and Sanality. I don't know. Turn to Eternal. Wow, the name. This is super epic. It sounds like something to fight giants to. The one thing that's kind of sticking out to me is like right here, it kind of happened twice. So like right at the start. I really expected it to drop there. It just sounded like it was building up to like, but it kind of like built up to, okay, let's do a little bit more building. And the same thing here. This feels like a super epic build. And I mean, like, I'm sure this section is cool and sounds great. It just, to me, it breaks up the energy because that I felt like we were really going somewhere, you know? So maybe it's just a matter of repositioning some of these parts, because like all of the parts on their own sound great. It's just the energy flow for me, and I sound like a hippie chick. The energy flow is like not quite smooth in delivery. Like even if the track started like, I can see you did this in FL because I see a marker, which is funny. And actually, are we at 140? We are. Look at that. Cool. I can. That's great. I don't know. I just, this is a really cool, they're all really cool sections, and I see some, it was needed to fit something. I'm not quite sure what that means. Maybe this is, it's supposed to fit a visual or something. I don't know. Just to me, I think specifically, this was the biggest problem I had, was that this build is so epic, and it's like, it's getting me really fired up, you know? I'm like, I'm ready to rock. But then the rug got pulled out from underneath me. Anyway, that's my biggest thought. Everything else sounds great. The sub-range kind of feels like certain notes are louder than others, like that. Hold on. The first bass note doesn't sound quite as loud as the others, and I'm wondering if there's some phase cancellation happening between like your sub bass and some other bass where that note is playing such a high, or maybe you have it low passed and the note is kind of up into the cutoff of the low pass. I'm not quite sure. I just noticed that first bass note in the progression seems not as loud as the rest of them. But atmosphere, 10 out of 10, you know, the drops are great. I just, again, my only real issue is the flow of it, the arrangement. I feel could be a bit stronger. But very cool. Thanks for sending. Let's move on. All right, we got Ancients Edge Zone Short.
Hello, and welcome to Night City. This wonderful utopia is filled with endless possibilities. Be who you want. What you want. Whatever you want. Everyone's dreams can all be granted here. However, don't get too cozy. With so many people trying to chase their dreams, you could get caught in the crossfire. Obey the laws. Or don't. You want your dream? You'll have to take it. Goodbye. luck.
Okay, everything up to this was cool. Let me. Not sure what's happening in underneath that. It gets a little messy rhythmically.
Good luck.
The sub range gets a little bit messy. Oh, hey, Morgan. Sorry, my girlfriend distracted me once again. It gets very muddy in the sub range. Yeah, like it's, I don't know if you have like an impact. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm here to help. You submit on the Discord for next next week. Just want to let you know I don't have any fancy Discord commands, but it's on the bottom of the screen. Okay, back to this. It sounds like you have a big impact explosion sound. But yeah, you got to do some sub separation. You have to like the kick and the sub. I would high pass everything that's not your kick drum and your sub bass, and and go from there, because it's honestly like let's just listen to the sub range. You can hear it gets much less kind of convoluted over here, which leads me to believe you've got a big like sub impact sound, like a which is really, I want to hear the notes that the bass are playing, and I want it interacting with the kick drum in a lot more musical kind of way. Right now, there's just a lot of rumblies happening. Yeah, it's mostly that impact sound, because it happened here again. I can hear it. That big like explosion sound over top of like your bass line that's supposed to be cutting through and telling us what note's happening in the bottom end. That's not going to work out. Right. It's intentionally convoluted in the bottom end. Right, that's part of the story.
Unless, of course, you're an intro.
Oh, we got more words. Let's hear the words.
We hope you enjoyed your visit. Please consider staying in our wide range of VIP lodging if you're inclined to do so. Unless, of course, you're an intruder. If so, you're better off living here instead. After all,
Like I love the concept of the track. I just think the drop, the sub range is the main issue, and that big impact sound is really not doing you any favors. It's not making the start of the drop sound any more impactful. It's just messying up the bottom end, and it just is, instead of like it's like, and I think that's the main issue with this. But besides that, very cool concept, and it sounds like a place that I'd like to go, even though I'm sure I would get murdered. All right, moving on. We got We got Bandwave Scuffer remix. Final. Oh my God. I might as well not even give you feedback then, right?
Hey baby, it's me. I was just calling to chat with you a little bit while you're on your break, but I guess I just missed you or something. Anyway, I hope that you're having a good day so far.
All right, this is dope, but I'm gonna blow your mind. Imagine, if you will, cymbals, a crash cymbal, perhaps at the start of the drop, a crash halfway through the drop. Let me demonstrate my point here. Let's grab, I don't know. Sure, whatever. It's not a great crash, but it is the crash. God, is every track 140 beats per minute? All right, here we go.
Good day so far.
Okay, hold on. These are all horrible drums.
Good day so far.
I honestly think that, like, this is so good, and it would just be so much better if it had crash cymbals to tell me, like, hey, this just happened.
Makes me feel so happy, but I know I'll get to hear it soon, so. But in a couple weeks, it'll all be over, and I won't have to worry about if I need to stay late or not, so. While walking to class today, I saw the bikes on a bike rack, and the colors are mine.
That was insane. I'm gonna close my email real quick. I was not expecting that whatsoever. This track is fucking nuts.
At the tone, please record your message. When you're finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Okay, it's very conceptual, it's very artsy. I dig it. It sounds great. Add some cymbals and figure out what the fuck you're doing at the end here. This is like, I don't know. It's just kind of, it sounds like it's leading back up to something, but
At the tone, please record your message. When you're finished recording, you may hang up.
I don't know.
At the tone,
Maybe it's fine. It's just kind of, it gets kind of random at the end. You're just kind of like having fun, which is, it's cool. I like having fun too. I'm just unsure of the arrangement at the very end here because I really like it sounds like it's building up to something and then the track just ends. But very cool. Add cymbals. Cool. Moving on. All right, we got XSEA, generate. I'm just gonna get rid of this there.
universe located. Generate.
All right, this is cool. Interesting start of the track. Mix wise, I feel like your sub bass is too loud. You can kind of see it over here. And I can also see that when the kick hits, why is the kick smaller than the rest of the track? I'm not quite sure. But it's very cool. I think the snare is maybe a little bit buried. It kind of sounds like OTT'd or something. It's not that far off. I think it's just a little under the mix.
Alternate universe located. Generate.
Yeah, this is a dope track. Again, it's kind of conceptual, like the key change, and then it says alternate universe, and like I get it, like that's cool. It's an interesting, unique track. I think overall it sounds pretty dope. The couple things, the sub range does seem a little too loud, and in these build-up sections,
Universe located.
that kick is maybe a little too like long and thick. Ha 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 ha. Given the context of what's happening, like there's nothing else really in the bottom end. And then you just kind of have this like doom kick. And also, why is this kick rate all the way up to 0 dB, but then when we're in the drop section, it's not at 0 dB. There's something strange going on with this kick drum. Like it doesn't really, I don't know. Anyway, it's very cool. It's unique, cool. It's a journey. I like it. Turn the sub down. Cool. Cool, moving on. All right, the Answer HHS remix.
In the eye of the storm, a broken heart is healing. Till the storm picks up.
Okay, this is cool. There's a lot of really cool musical stuff happening, but it's so crispy and toasty. I feel like you left the vocals in the toaster, you know, a couple minutes too long.
In the eye of the storm, a broken heart is healing. Till the storm picks up again, ignore the feeling of being torn into, of being ripped apart.
And it's also kind of like that arpeggio thing. Maybe like low pass it when the vocals come in. That way you don't have to push everything so hard to try and get everything audible. Like that crazy arpeggio thing that's flying all over the place. It's taking up a lot of real estate in the mix. So if you maybe low pass that down and like you kind of like backed it out of the way, and then you bring the vocals in and do the vocal thing, and the vocals can be the spotlight, and then maybe you start fading the low pass filter up.
Being put aside and put back at the start. If what it is inside me. I don't wanna be a part of what you wanna say. I don't wanna be controlled by a fantasy. If what it is inside me. I don't wanna be a part of what you wanna say. I don't wanna be controlled by a fantasy. If what it is.
Wait, is that the Silent? Is that the Silent like initialization patch?
Controlled by a fantasy. If what it is inside me. I don't wanna be a part of what you wanna say. I don't wanna be controlled by a fantasy. If what it is inside me. I don't wanna be a part of what you wanna say.
I feel like I've heard that synth somewhere.
Hey, I don't wanna be a part of what you wanna say. I don't wanna be controlled by a fantasy of being torn into.
This is fun. This track's fun. Yeah, I have the same thoughts here. Like the vocals sounded right during the rest of the track.
I don't wanna be controlled by a fantasy.
Sounds like a bunch of stepper motors. True, but in a good way. Yeah, I just think that like you're gonna have to do something to give those vocals a spot to exist during these sections. And I honestly think if you just slapped a low pass filter on whatever those synths are that are like chugging along and are taking up a lot of the bright space. Yeah, when the vocals come in, if when the vocals came in, it was just like this. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do it separately, but like. And you can imagine now the vocals could be on top of that low pass stuff, and it could be opening up towards the drop. yeah, I definitely hear the key gen. I hear the key gen, and I like it. This track is really fun, and I do think that in those sections, if you were just able to make more room for the vocals, it would be a lot better.
If what it is what it isn't inside me, I don't wanna be a part of what you wanna say. I don't wanna be controlled by a fantasy. If what it is what it isn't inside me, I don't wanna be a part of what you wanna say. I don't wanna be controlled by a fantasy of being torn into.
That's really cool. I love that ending part. I love chip tunes. I have a soft spot for chip tunes. That was really cool, man. Make room for vocals. Cool. Moving on. Vamori. Keygen music was like when you used to get keygens for cracking software or whatever. They would always have like this like chip tune, like 140 beat per minute kind of hard style influenced chip tune music. And this just kind of has the same vibe. But a lot of us have keygen music. We have nostalgia for that. All right, let's check out Nightmares by Vamori. Okay, this is very cool, very good. I think the snare could cut through a bit more. I like the sound of the snare. I like that kind of lo-fi crunchy. But like, I don't know, it's just... Yeah, good luck cutting through that. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to try to fit a snare into that sausage, but I just think the snare that you have could figure out a way of making it hit a bit harder. I love the snare. I love how short and kind of like broken it sounds, but it just doesn't cut through in the mix quite enough for me. Okay, again, this is similar to the last track. I feel like when that vocal comes in, you have all this bright elements, strip that away. Just have like the drum build, the vocal, and the fucking because the vocals kind of get buried, and they're competing with the high kind of melody thing that's playing.
Yeah, cause I want that back, big bounce energy like you are like that. Yeah, girl. Cause when I call you back, just turn on your sound like you on the map. Hey, cause I want your back, big bounce energy like you are like that.
My camera just rattled itself off of its monitor stand. Wow. You have you have based my camera off. Okay, cool. Only a couple notes besides that snare note. I feel like the switch from the yeah, the switch from halftime to full time, I feel like you need to have like a drum fill or something, or like drop out the bass for half of a bar before it comes in. Like the tempo change back to full time just kind of happened, like with no fanfare or any sort of preparation. Like there was no. It just kind of seems not that important of a moment in the song because it hasn't been set up with a drum fill or dropping something out, just having the bass back into the back into the full-time section. Yeah, the camera didn't try to headbang, the camera did headbang. Yeah, this is super dope, man. Very heavy, very cool. I enjoy. All right, moving on. Thanks for sending. Here we got Westbrook. Oh, baby. Now, that's definitely one way to get the name of the song across immediately. What was that? Okay, stop sending such bad. My camera can't handle it. I'm gonna have to take. Okay. I need to figure out why this is happening. Hold on. One moment, please. Cool. Now we just turn the camera off and back on. Do I have tape in here? I bet that's gonna happen again if I don't. Okay, so oh wait, why worky? What is going on? How did you damage my camera this bad? There we go. Cool. My first thought is I like that there's that sound on every snare hit, so I know when to nod my head. So I like that. I love the drums. They sound toasty and good. That synth that comes in. I feel like it's too much in this low, muddy mid-range. I really enjoy that little. Now, this could just be a stylistic thing or a genre thing, but this track just kind of seems to get up and go, and it doesn't, and it just keeps going at kind of the same energy level. Um, I think like the drums and like the thing that I like, the training wheels for my head nodding, it goes the whole time. And I feel like the whole track so far, it's just sounding like the same section almost, or something. Sorry, I deleted it. Like, what would that section sound like without the heartbeat monitor? Or something. I feel like you have everything you need to make a great arrangement here. And now what you have to do is go and delete a bunch of shit out of certain sections. Carve out different sections. Oh, it's going to build up. And then this section is just going to be like drum and bass. Like it's just going to have the drum and dum, 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 dum. And maybe it's going to be super dry. And then it's going to come in with the heartbeat monitor sound again. And to me, this track sounds great. But the arrangement, you need to go and use the delete key and create more defined sections. Like maybe like build it up and then play exactly what you're playing, but hear me out. No, I'm just joking. So don't change anything. Just try this as an experiment. Build it up and then automate all of the reverb off during one of the drops. Right there, right there. Just try it. Just go, oh baby, and then all the reverb on everything, drums, the bass sound, everything that has reverb, 100% turn off and see what it sounds like. I think it would sound fucking dope, but I hate reverb, so I think that would help. And then also just going and deleting certain elements out of certain sections to create. Give us a chance to miss the heartbeat sound, be like, oh man. And then when it comes back in, we fucking lose our minds, but yeah, besides that, it's a great track. It's a really good drum and bass track. I just think you need to carve out those sections and try turning the reverb off in certain sections. That's a great way to maybe create, well-defined drops, if you will. I know it's not really that style of music, but, those are my thoughts. I think it's amazing as always. So thank you for sending. All right, we got Swiss Cheese, Motionless VIP. Okay. Cool and cute, as Eswin said, and I like it. It's fun. I think that your bass could be down there. So I'm just gonna try and play along. Let me see what notes you're playing. Okay, the vocals are super duper muddy. I don't mind necessarily the level of reverb, but like you got some big time, sounds like you were right on the mic or something.
I taste your energy. I see the light that I never knew.
And like I like the sound of your voice. I'm assuming it's your voice. I like the sound of your voice on this. It's fitting, but I think you might need to like the auto tune is cool, but there's certain sections where you're like right between two notes and it's doing like the auto tune thing.
I taste your energy. I see the light that I never knew. You're overtaking me, mesmerized, paralyzed. And when your eyes find mine.
The melody's great. Like I really like what it's doing, but it just sounds like it was recorded on either a very low quality microphone or something. You can still I'm sure you could still get like a good sound out of this. It would be probably pretty dirty, like distorted and stuff, but it's just a matter of really trying to pull out a lot of that low kind of muddy frequency down here. And then trying to emphasize
You're overtaking me, mesmerized, paralyzed. And when your eyes find mine, that's where you leave me.
see what I mean? Just trying to get that sound, get the low out of the vocal. Sorry, just so you know, I'm playing notes too. So if you hear something that sounds wrong, I think the ride cymbal's a bit too loud. Yeah, ride cymbal's too loud. Honestly, the biggest thing is just that these vocals are too muddy. They are just super mud, and you need to either re-record them with a better setup, maybe a little bit further away from the mic, or you need to do some serious processing to try and balance them out frequency-wise. Also, either get a better take that's closer to the pitch that you're after, or maybe do some melodyning or some sort of custom pitch work before it hits auto tune, because it does some of that. The auto tune uncertainty doesn't sound it could sound better without that. But cool, I like it. Thanks for sending. Okay, we got Yusao. I don't know how to say that. Chiega Yakucho Lore Remix. Here we go.
Somewhere in the future, the master is back. They don't know what hit 'em. Welcome to this
Changed nothing. That was fucking insane. Cool, moving on. Change absolutely nothing. That was crazy. That was crazy. I have no words except change nothing and put it out. All right. Next on the list, my face hurts from being continuously blown away by the most crazy of sounds. All right, we got Not Maddie. Prelude to Cosmos. The title sounds like it's going to be very soothing, which might be nice after that last track. All right, I love this part. I like it a lot better than this heavy stuff. I think this is the way to go. Also, the reason I was laughing is because it sounds like I live inside of a big pipe and somebody is like, okay, hear me out. My landlord owns a large pipe and has decided to rent it out to me. Now I have a leak in the pipe, and the landlord hires a handyman or woman to come fix the leak in my pipe. And he says, or she says, for me to go into the other pipe room while he or she fixes the leak in the pipe. This is what I hear from the other room while they are doing a repair on the pipe that I live in. And then they come in and they say, your pipe has been repaired. And I say, thank you. Would you like some homemade cookies? And they say, oh shit, wait, I see something else I want to touch up before I leave. Hold on. And it also kind of sounds like there might be more than one. There might be like 3 people doing the repairs. One of them has like a screwdriver. Anyway, very cool. The problem I have is this part didn't. I don't know. I get it, but like, this is just. Oh, it's so good. To me, it's superior to this. I would run with that. That beat to me is way better than I think there's a couple things that I'm not into when it comes to the harder 4 to the floor style part here. That like the clink snare doesn't really work in the context of like 4 to the floor to me. Like it's too clinky. I don't know, the part just feels contrived to me. It sounds like you're like, I want to put heavy part in when it just needs. You just need to explore that. That's my opinion. I think it's fucking sick. All right, cool. Thanks for sending. We got Rayhem. I wonder what the start of the drop will sound like. We got Stonebank Dilemma bootleg. Ooh.
Sitting under moonlight, checking your physique. I don't think I could want you anymore. Chilling with your girl, I'm jealous that I can't just run over and take you on the floor. And I don't wanna cross nobody. I know it's never worth the pain, but I can feel your eyes run down me, and all my sense just fades away. You got me in that dilemma. Cause boy, you a fine looking fella, and you know, no, the grass here is green. I like what you see, thinking of how you could get with me, yeah. Oh baby, we gon'
So at this point, I don't really hear anything wrong. It sounds pretty dope to me, honestly.
Sitting under moonlight, checking your physique. I don't think I could want you anymore. Chilling with your girl, I'm jealous that I can't just run over and take you on the floor. And I don't wanna cross nobody.
I guess if I had to make a critique, it's that. Hold on. It's that this section I haven't even listened to the whole thing, but it feels a little long to me. Like this second drop was. The second drop is this long. And then we have breakdown, which is this long, and then the last drop, which is this long. So just by visually looking at it, this section. Maybe like if there was like a beat underneath this halfway through or something. You know, it just kind of towards the end of the track, I feel like the energy is dropping down too far towards the end of the track. So to keep the energy up, I would maybe shorten this and or not full drop, but like give it like a beat or something to keep it going a bit more. Yeah, I mean, like, everything sounds great. My only one note is that this section just kind of loses too much energy after, you know, towards the end of the track. It just takes too, you know, we're up and going, and I feel like it just doesn't feel right to me to have this such long section. I don't know how to solve that. But those are my thoughts. Thanks for sending. Sounds dope as always. Cool. All right. Next up, we got Nemkai Oneri. that was really cool. I really like the bottom end of this track. What note is that? Like C? Where's my... D. Should have known. Yeah. It sounds great. My only real note... Maybe it could have a bit stronger of a motif, or like the hook, or like the thing that gets caught in your head. Production wise, it sounds dope, but the dun da da dun da da bum ba da, like that thing is hooky enough. I'm not sure if it's presented. I don't know. Maybe I'm just full of shit. I don't know. It sounds great. To me, when I got to the end, I was just thinking, oh, there's lots of really great melodic things happening, but like, which one of those things am I remembering? Maybe if that dun 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 dun, maybe if that just happened like a little bit harder in the track or something. I don't know. It sounds dope. Like the track sounds dope. If I just had to nitpick, it would have something to do with maybe that dun 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 dun. Maybe just like nail that down into us a little bit harder. But besides that, sounds dope. I don't really have any production or mix issues. Sounds great. Thanks for sending. I wish I could give you harder feedback, but here I am. Okay, we got Nikai Anomaly, Fairy Tale.
Close your crystallize and fly. Believe me, and I'm gonna catch you. Remember, we dreamed big to their high, where I'll never let you down.
Okay, sounds great so far. I'm just sorry for interrupting, but there's this like ringing in the vocals. It's like right around 8, maybe 9K. Hold on.
Close your crystallize and fly. Believe me, and I'm gonna catch you. Remember, we dreamed big to their high.
The fuck? Where is it?
Crystallize and fly. Believe me, and I'm gonna catch you. Remember, we dreamed big to their high.
Yeah, it's right around 8,500 hertz. There's like this almost like whistle in the vocal that I think you don't necessarily need to pull it out that hardcore. Maybe it's like a de-essing kind of situation. But anyway, let's keep listening.
We dream big to their high, where I'll never let you down. We get off the ground.
Okay, cool. So let's discuss. I really like the vocals. That ringing up in the high frequency gets worse when you start stacking harmonies, because that frequency is very prominent in every harmony that you stack, so it just keeps adding into that one frequency. So when those big harmonies come in,
I wanna be with you forever, but life is not.
now when this part comes in,
But life is not.
what happened? Why are all of a sudden do the vocals sound like they have a bunch of boosted low mids?
But life is not fairy tale. But life is not fairy tale.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't sound like that back here.
Be with me to growing older. Nobody say that it was easy, and I'm still afraid of it. I wanna be with you forever, but life is not fairy tale.
Yeah, whatever's going on there, it stuck out to me. Like when I heard it, I was like, oh, the vocals just got really muddy for some reason.
But life is not fairy tale.
Also, this little drum thing,
But life is not fairy tale.
it goes gung. I don't know. Like, does it need that?
But life is not fairy tale.
It sounds really good. Another thing that I thought of was over here.
Hold my hands and
There's like, it sounds like omnisphere guitar. The track has a lot of authenticity to it, right? It sounds very authentic, but when you bring in like, I'm not 100% that it's a MIDI guitar, but it sounds, it's 90, I'm 95% that it's a MIDI guitar. Like just find somebody, if you can't play guitar, maybe like ask a friend and be like, hey, do you want to come jam on this song or something? I think the track is rooted in like this authentic, the vocals, everything sounds very genuine, but then you put like a MIDI guitar on top of it and it kind of just like throws the vibe off, in my opinion.
feel my heartbeat underwater. When you're gonna feel that you're drowning, you can lay on me your problems, and I'll never let you down. We get off the ground. We can crash and down the walls, fall from the highest waterfall, and
Yeah, like the guitar there, it's just, I like what it's doing, but
never stop when you feel the end, 'cause we have time that nobody lends. Nobody say that it was easy, and I'm still afraid of it. I wanna be with you forever, but life is not fairy tale. But life is not fairy tale. But life is not fairy tale. But life is not fairy tale.
yeah, this is great. Like the song is really, really strong. The vocals, the melody, the drop sections or the chorus, whatever you want to call it. But I want you to think about this. We have drums here. We have drums here. We don't really have any drums anywhere else.
Off the ground.
So to me, I feel like I don't know, like there's a lot of build up, and then we have this kind of rather short drop section. But it doesn't. I don't think the drop needs to go longer. I just think once you get to this drop, maybe from here, from the end of the first drop, almost to maybe the pre-chorus, which I believe is this.
Nobody say
Yeah, and then nobody said a na 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 na. Like that's the pre-chorus to me. I feel like you need like some drums or like a beat or something carrying the energy so it doesn't drop right back down to the where it was at the start of the track. Like right now, you have you kind of have like this is like your energy. It kind of goes like doo and then drop, right? And then it kind of goes like back down and then drop. So that's kind of the energy of the track. And what I'm suggesting is instead of this, you maybe do this. Oh, wow, I switched to the pencil. It doesn't drop down quite as far. Then maybe it goes down for the pre-chorus, then back up to the drop. That's my suggestion. But I really like the track. It's very cool. It's very emotional, and it sounds great. I hope my notes helped. Okay, moving on. We got Gemini. Okay, I liked the intro. You kind of lost me in this section so far because it kind of just sounds like you're picking notes to go to at random. Like I don't feel like I'm following. Like. The double snare thing sounds a little cheesy to me, to be honest. It's an interesting beat, but like the notes that you are choosing, I feel like I'm being led through a mysterious forest to be murdered. And now the murdering is happening. I could not tell you what key this song is in. This is a very, and hey, maybe that's what you're into. Maybe you're like, I like how unpredictable it is. But to me, you can be unpredictable, but still kind of follow some sort of like key or chord progression structure. Because I don't hear anything that repeated, right? So if you don't repeat something, it's not gonna, I'm not gonna know how to hum it. I'm not going to know how to get it stuck in my head. I'm not going to know how to remember this song besides it being the song that I got murdered to in the forest. So that's kind of the thing. You don't want to be too repetitive in your music, but you have to create some sort of pattern and repeat that numerous times so that the listener can have the song in their head and be like, oh, I like that song. It's like da na 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 na. You know, like that's like something that you could repeat. But if the song was you know what I mean? Now you can't be like, hey dude, did you ever hear this song? It's like you know. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. Because you have some interesting ideas happening in here, and the production doesn't sound too bad. It sounds pretty good. It's aggressive, but the biggest problem right now is that musically you are taking a fucked up stroll through the forest, in my opinion. Oh, okay, sorry. There's been a lot of like vocal like announcer in these tracks. It's weird how today has been a different day like that. See, like this section actually sounds better musically because you're sticking at one note, so I'm not struggling to follow along quite as much. I think the vocal is saying warning. But it's very heavy, so good job at that. Very aggressive. I think if I were to assign you some homework, it would be challenge yourself to make a song that's too repetitive. Be like, I'm going to make the most repetitive song in the world. And then kind of find some happy medium between those two extremes. I feel like you are not repetitive enough in this stuff, and it doesn't adhere to a certain musical key or structure. So go all the way in the other direction, and then find some sort of happy medium. All right, cool. Thanks for sending. Moving on. All right, we got MJ Flow. Can I get tips on a bass line? Is that the name? Is that the lyrics? Oh my God! Wait, is that me plugging in a jump drive? Okay, this piano is not in the right key. Right now we're going... ba-dum-ba-dum. Okay, so we're in the key of E, right? But then... But now it's in A sharp. A sharp. So the synth, whatever, it's in E, and then the piano's in A sharp. It doesn't work. This part is cool on its own if you disregard what was happening before it in the key of E. So I think your first, I know you want tips on bass line. I think your first challenge is to settle on a certain key and adhere to that key for the duration of the song, unless you're trying to do some 90s love ballad key change shit. So like figure out what notes are being played. Or you could just kind of go the trap route and play like a really low 808 and you're just like, I don't know what note this is, you know? Anyway, so yeah, that I think, I don't know, those were some ideas that I had for playing a random bass line to it. But the plucky sound just does not work with the piano because they're in two different keys. Although I do really like the fact that it sounds like the Windows sound of plugging in and unplugging in a USB device. Yeah, it's almost like all of the other stuff is in one key, but the piano comes in and is in a different key. Ha ha ha, you put two kick drum samples on top of each other in FL. Ask me how I know. Yeah, so that's my big, I think before you do anything else, you need to decide on a key and maybe do some music theory, what the fuck, research. Wow, that was hard. And then go from there, because it's hard to give you a baseline suggestion when I'm not sure which key we're in. Okay, cool. Thanks for sending, though. I hope you get that sorted out and send it again when you do. Okay, we got Evangelist, Showstopper. Oh, great. Okay, I really like that synth. This needs side chaining, and like this big noisy impact, I don't think you should ever use a big noisy impact on top of a beat, because you're trying to have a solid kick and a bass line and stuff, and if you just have a big rumbly impact, it's just going to cover everything with a bunch of mud. Like, I'm not sure what's going on in the bottom end, but I wouldn't consider it something that I like. Let's have a listen just to the bottom end. I can't discern, I can kind of discern the tempo of the track, but I definitely don't know what the key of the track is in. So let's do, sure, let's try this. I like this, like, I like the wonkiness of this. I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, that kung, that big impact sound doesn't work on top of a drop. Oh, what tempo are we? There's no way we're that fast. Okay, the hi-hat, let's just figure it out this way. That's clearly a hi-hat. This is clearly a hi-hat. 120. Wow, should have guessed. Okay, so we got this. So let's just do a little experiment here. I'm gonna take your track, send it to a channel. I'm gonna cut off all the bottom end. I'm gonna put my own kick drum in instead. Kick, anything really. I mean, you got like I like your kind of like the deep house kind of. Let's see what key this is in. D sharp. Okay, so let's do a D sharp. That is a very high D sharp. Sure. Let's just throw in some D sharps for now. I'm just trying to demonstrate to you the things that I think you need to do. So I've cut off the bottom end of your track. I've created just straight up D sharps. Okay, now I'm going to sidechain your track, which I wish I could not sidechain the drums, but I don't have much of a choice. So now let's create a sidechain pattern, and we're going to also sidechain the bass line to that. So we got, let's just do something like this maybe. And now let's get a kick drum in there. What did I say, D sharp? Sure, we'll go with this. So now we bring in this. Now I'm going to have to put in a clap or a snare or something because I've sidechained yours out. But now we should have a solid bottom end. And let's bring in some sort of clap. We'll go claps and we'll go. Sure. I'm not suggesting any of these sounds are the right sounds, but they're going to serve a purpose, and that purpose is to demonstrate my idea to you. So we got side chaining, we've got sub separation because I have high passed all of the shit on your track and replaced it with just basically a couple sine waves. Now that bass is real loud. Okay, and then we need to go up to that different note. Maybe the kick is too. I don't know. These are not the right sounds. Anyway, okay, I did a bad job at demonstrating it, but I hope you understand what I'm going after. Because that's kind of the biggest problem right now, is that bottom end is just a mess. Hi-hat is kind of a little too piercing, but that might be solved if the bottom end was a bit stronger. Yeah, and you're also kind of maybe relying on the wow sound a little bit too much. I think it needs more, the track needs more development, needs more interesting elements added into it, maybe a melody and stuff like that. But the biggest thing is figure out your bottom end, go watch my video on sub separation, do some side chaining and get that like for this style of music, you need that solid fundamental in the bottom end for the rest of the track to sit on top of. But anyway, cool. Thanks for sending. We're on to the last track. Fee Hugh, Cat Mouse. Okay. That was a treat. I love that. That sounds great. Only issue I had was when at the start, The high pass drums with the sub underneath of it feels weird to me. It makes like the kick sound hollow or something like I don't think the kick has to be massive. I get it that we're not at the drop yet, but I think the kick needs to be like maybe just a little bit more connected with the bass. Let's just go in here and what tempo are we at? How does music work? Oh, all right. 65. Okay, I don't think that's right, but anyway, it's good enough. All I want to do is layer some kicks here. I'm not the right tempo at all, but it's some weird 3-4 ratio or something. Anyway, that's my idea, is that the kick has like, it just sounds all high passed. And it just struck me as kind of weird. Like at first I thought, oh, did I still have some like high pass thing on? But then I'm like, wait, I can hear the sub bass. It sounds like you were a big fan of triphonic. I really like those panned snares. That's dope. I do feel like maybe the snare could be a bit stronger. I also don't know what the fuck is going on with this tempo bullshit. It's beyond me. I don't have the math skills. I feel like the snare could just be a little punchier. Just a little bit. It doesn't need like... That's it, right there. Oh, come on. Oh, wait. Welcome to my stream where I listen to snare drums. Maybe even like tune this up. I just feel like the snare just doesn't have quite enough body. Doesn't need much. Just needs a little. Okay, cool. Thanks everybody for joining me. I see Raham says, give us a sneak preview of the new song. Why? So you can steal the Grand Prix code out of it, you arsehole. Just joking. I can show you a little bit. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'll show you a little bit of it. What about just I'll show you the instrumental. How about that? Just a little bit. So that bass line is actually this ukulele bass. It's super noisy, but we had a lot of fun. Actually, that ukulele bass got used quite a bit at these writers' camps. I'm not going to show you the vocals. I'll show you a little bit of the vocals.
Late again, got kicked out of the bed again. She thought I was hitting on a friend again.
That's it. That's all you get until I think like a week from now. Which reminds me, I got to finish that Grand Prix race. Okay, so cool. Thanks everybody for sending. That was an interesting stream. There was a lot of really great stuff in there. I enjoyed a lot of it. I really liked that this acoustic guitar one. It's very cool. All right. I love you all. Thank you for joining me once again. This is me. I will see you next week. And remember, if you want to submit for future streams, we do them every Friday at 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Join my Discord server. It was at the bottom of the screen. It is no longer because I switched to this camera angle. It's discord.gg/FWLR music. That's it. I was going to say .com. So head over there, throw your tracks in, and we will have a listen to them, and I'll give you my thoughts, and so will everybody else. Okay.